Hi Virgo, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May mid-month tarot check for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I just want to thank all of you who've been watching the readings, and I've enjoyed doing them for you. I will continue here, and I appreciate everyone who's subscribed, commented, liked, and shared my videos. I really appreciate that too. And if you're new, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And hit the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I've added a Love Tarot reading on the first Friday of the month to the lineup. And then I also did a seasonal reading, which was for the months of May, June, July, and August. So you can check that out if you're interested in the summer. That's posted a couple weeks ago. So today we'll do this for mid-May, but know that time is fluid, okay? So the energy may have already started, and you may have things in this reading that you think happened a couple weeks ago. That would be completely normal. And the energy can continue to creep into the weeks that are coming forth too. If the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out your moon, your rising, or your Venus and see if that's more applicable at this time, because sometimes that part of our chart speaks, a different part of our chart can speak volumes. So anyway, here we go. This is Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is Virgo for mid-month May 2020. Mid-month tarot check. Whoa. All right, your current situation, you've got the King of Cups here. That's nice to see. And the immediate influence is the Moon. You are represented here by the Hanged Man. Your Destiny, I'm sorry. I got excited. You've got the Queen of Wands in the distant past. You've got Judgment in the more recent past. You have the Knight of Cups coming towards you. You're represented here by the Ten of Swords. The people around you are the Four of Swords, or the environment around you. You've got the Nine of Swords as your fears here, and you've got the Four of Pentacles in the outcome. And I'm going to read the bottom of the deck because it's a major arcana. You've got the Tower and the Lovers, okay? We're going to take both of those. This is a very interesting reading for you. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that love is a huge part of this. There is somebody here that is not wanting to share their feelings at all. They are trying to keep them under wraps, and it's caused a lot of heartache. I do think there's going to be communication, but I will say they have not been forthcoming about how they really feel about the situation, and even possibly some other details that I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of pride. It's like somebody's got a chink in their armor here. There's some kind of a wounded ego here that is dominating things. So you have Pisces here, you have Gemini here, you have Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra here, pretty heavily represented. You do have some Earth, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and Cups too. Of course, you've got water, and you do have a little bit of fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I do wonder if you're dealing with an air sign, okay? If somebody here is dealing with a Gemini, but possibly Aquarius or Libra too. So, you know, you've got, I definitely think there's hidden emotion here, and it's strong emotion. And it's possible to, I'm getting two different storylines here. It's either somebody that you've been with before, or it's somebody that wants to start something with you, and just the timing isn't right, or there's some other barrier between it. I almost feel like they could be married. I hate to say that, but I do. I feel like it could be somebody who's married and they're interested, and it's causing them a lot of angst, quite frankly. Or if there's somebody that's listening to it and you know you've had an affair, this might be for you too. I'm not trying to like call anybody out, but it happens all the time. I mean, I don't know statistically. And I may have mentioned this before, you know, tarot's for entertainment, right? We use it as guidance, but I'm a fully licensed clinician, and I've been in practice for 25 years. I've seen it all. Affairs happen quite regularly in our world. But anyway, there's definitely strong emotion, but there's something being hidden here. And like I said, that's where I feel like there's something like that, where somebody's married or they're unavailable in some way, but there's definitely feelings, and it's real. I mean, the chemistry, it's beyond just chemistry though. And that's what's really, I think, causing the pain. It's like there's this sense of longing, this deep sense of longing here. that just doesn't go away. And it's like sort of this uncomfortable roommate that just hangs with this person. This feeling of, and it's almost like they feel like, and this could be you too, but feel like I'm wasting my time here by not moving forward here. It's like they feel like they're just they're being a bit dramatic, but they're giving away their life, the life that they could have by staying stagnant. It's causing a lot of angst for sure. You're represented here by the Hanged Man. And I'm going to tell you, the Hanged Man always represents a 4 because he's got this, if you turn him out the other way around, upside down, he's making a 4 with his little legs there. So he is often associated with the number 4. So it certainly could be somebody you've met 4 months ago or even 4 years ago, but your destiny here is to change your perspective. It's all about your perspective. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, so there's a real need to go within here and to quiet the mind. So when I say go within, it doesn't mean think more. It means evacuate the thoughts. When you can completely release the attachment to an outcome, which I know is difficult, but you can release that in this ever-flowing stream of thoughts, you will get the guidance you need. You know, I've studied spirituality for decades of time, and if you're somebody who prays, you need to ask your angels for guidance. Show me what to do. Show me the advice that I need in this situation, whether it's to let it go or to continue on to pursue it. So in the past, I think there was real chemistry here. There was an instant attraction, and I just got the phrase fatal attraction in my head, but I don't think there was any burning bunnies or anything like that. I just think it was a feeling of, I can't be with this person right now, but there's definitely something there. You know, some people believe they can fall in love every day by just making a soul connection with somebody, by really looking into somebody's eyes and connecting with them on a higher level. I feel like you had that with this person. There was an instant connection and it ran deep. And, you know, there's love here for sure. And like I said, for some of you, if it was a relationship that ended at some point, there's been some things going on here that have delayed this person from, you know, from coming forward. But you definitely have some potential for it. I'll tell you that. But so the next card that we have here in the more distant past, this is the Judgment card, and there was a decision made here. And it was either a decision to stay in a current situation, or like I said, for some of you that it was something that had already been, you know, in the works and it ended for some reason. There was another decision made that created that, and it affected people. The other thing too is I think that part of this, why this hasn't been moving forward, is it's going to impact a lot of people, and I think we make powerful choices, and that's scary when you make a choice that you know is going to have consequences for somebody else and is going to bring them pain. But I also feel like part of this is waiting on a decision, waiting and wondering what is going to happen with this. And I think there's been some offers for sure. I think there's been kind of a start and a stop with this, but I think coming towards you, you do have an offer coming in. And whether this is a sit-down conversation, which for some of you, and I think it's the majority of you, that's going to happen, where there's going to be a real heart-to-heart talk about where is this going. And I think it's going to be a let's do it kind of a thing. But it's like, it's an interesting outcome. We're going to get to that shortly here. But you've got this Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is not charging in, but is coming in with some speed. So there's definitely a momentum going forward with it and wanting to pursue this. But there's also sort of this prudence about it, not doing it in a way that's going to be reckless or hurt anybody. And again, for somebody else, it's new, and it's not new, but it's a person who's also single. I do think that there's sort of a sensitivity about, being, I guess, careful, not being reckless, being in a way that will be thoughtful and mature. And so it's definitely coming towards you, but I definitely think that this has caused you a lot of pain in the past, and wondering about how this person feels about you, wondering, you've got a 10 here, so that's the conclusion of a cycle. So this part of the journey is concluding. You know, this really feeling kind of, there's a sense of betrayal here, but I definitely feel like it's just, there's been a lot of uncertainty with it, and it's brought in exhaustion at times, really feeling like, my God, how did I get myself into this? And I also think, like I said, for those of you where it was a relationship that ended, kind of wondering how did this get off course? What has happened here? How did we get here? That's what I'm getting. How did we get here? And I actually think that can apply in general. How did I get here keeps coming up. It's life, you know, it's life. Pain happens. Suffering is optional. Okay, pain happens as a part of life, but if we choose to suffer, that is a choice. So it's definitely, I think, a time for you to move forward and move free. Now you have 2 4s here coming in, and you also actually, I said the Hanged Man, even though the card itself is a 12, he's got that 4 in there. 4 keeps coming up here. You've got it 2 more times, where this is going to be a time of inaction. I think for this other person, they're just trying to figure some things out. And they're also, I think, going to a therapist. So again, if there's somebody here that's married, they might be in marital counseling, trying to get on flat ground and figure out if this is really a marriage that can be saved or not. But for others of you where it's somebody you broke up with or they broke up with you, they are really contemplative right now, and they see that the timing is probably not great to try to reconnect right this second, but it definitely could be in the next 4 weeks. Certainly 4 months, but I think it'll be before then. They're definitely interested. They're, like I said, they're contemplative, they're pensive. They may have some things going on with work too that they want to resolve and get a better handle on. Your fears in this, you've got this Nightmare card, and it's sort of like this, you know, when is this going to conclude energy? But it is a 9, and so you've got the coming of the end of a cycle. It's about to conclude, and you've also got the 10 here too. So it definitely will conclude sooner than later. I think by the fall, you'll know for sure exactly where you stand. I think it'll be sooner than that, but I'm just saying in terms of if it was the 9th month, for sure you would know by September where you stand with this. So your guidance is just be easy, be light, be easy, give yourself a break, and just keep going forward. I do feel like you're pretty closed off, though. You know, in general, you've got another 4 here with this Miser of the Tarot. And the Miser of the Tarot is like trying to hang on to everything he's got. And I do feel like there's a lot of fear represented here. And that's the thing. Fear is basically not getting something we think we deserve or losing something. Okay? It's either not getting or losing something. And there's fear here. And if you continue in this vibration, you're going to attract more situations that create this, because you're telling the universe, you're broadcasting a signal, hey, I want situations that make me feel like this. So it's time for you to pivot and reach for a better feeling thought in everything you do. Okay, it really is a must, because with the law of attraction, and I've thought about, when I first created this channel, I wish I would have called it Law of Attraction Tarot, because I do infuse so much information. But with the law of attraction, it's a must. You have to pivot and turn away from this fearful feeling. I definitely think you're lovers. I do. I think that there's a decision to be made here, and it's going to have a serious impact for people. There's going to be a quick and sudden change, and I feel like the relationship is coming towards you, and it's other people that are going to be dramatically impacted by this. But I think there's real love here. I think it is a soulmate connection, and it's undeniable. The thing is kind of just like standing on the precipice here, pulling that trigger. I hate to use that phrase, but it's what comes to mind. So here's an oracle card for attracting more love. We'll do it anyway, even though, look at these two though, this rabbit and this deer. My God, are they cute? Do something for someone. Give your attention to another. So your guidance may be just to get away from this for a little bit. And if it's, like I said, if it's an ex coming back that you're obsessed over and just angsty over, or if it's you're in something and you know there's another person involved, go do something for other people. Get away from this whole vibration. You know, if it's taking care of a friend's child, if it's bringing groceries to somebody who is not wanting to leave their house, something like that, you know, to raise your vibration. Well, this is interesting. What a great card. This is Abraham Hicks asking it as given. Why is it taking me so long? Which makes perfect sense with the energy of this reading. The only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. And that is true 100% of the time. The universe loves speed, but it's us with our thinking and our overthinking, especially with all these swords. We get a mix, some of what we want and some of what we don't want when we do that. So I love you so much, Virgo. I'm very interested to hear if somebody resonates with this. And I know some people don't want to probably put the comments down on YouTube, but you can always change your settings to private and then only I can see them. So anyway, I love you so much, and I'll be back again in a week.